Elden Ring, the game that has been praised as one of the best games of 2022. Well, the game that has been praised as one of the top-selling games in the United States in the last, I don't know how many years. The game that has outsold Call of Duty, and it's not even a first-person shooter. That's right, my friends. Today, we are talking about Elden Ring. Welcome to today's video, everybody. My name's Stevius, and let's start the show. Unless you've been living under a rock, or you don't have a phone or access to the internet, or live in a dirt cave, then you are unaware of the fact that Elden Ring has taken the gaming world by complete surprise. It is being praised by many as one of the greatest games of all time, by some as one of the greatest games in a long time, and by a select decent amount of people, I wouldn't say a lot, but a decent amount of people are saying it's one of the worst games ever made. And let me tell you why. Because apparently this game is from the Souls genre. It is a genre of gaming that has a decent following. It's never been big as, the Battle Royale genre or the first-person shooter genre, but it's got a pretty solid following. Now, first and foremost, I have to say that I am not someone who is, experienced and knows all about Souls games. I've never played Bloodborne. I've never played Shirko. I've never played, Dark Souls 3. I have played Demon's Souls, the one most unforgiving game known to man, and I've played Elden Ring, obviously, but I've never played any of those other games. But why should you listen to my opinion? Why does my opinion, someone who has never played, Souls games until now? And I'll tell you why. Because I'm one of those people who picked up this game and knew nothing about the Souls genre, got my rear end handed to me 3 ways from Sunday, and I fell in love with this game and this genre. And that is one of the biggest reasons why I'm making today's video. But I have to say that Elden Ring truly is one of the greatest games that I've played in such a long time. I actually had to sit back and think about, why is this game such a great game? And I will tell you why. Because we live in a world today where every game is a live service. Every game is a battle pass. Every game is a seasonal game that comes out. More importantly, every game that comes out holds your hand from one place to the next. Everything is predicted for you. There's no challenge. There's nothing about it to intrigue your mind to want to improve and do better. And that's the real bloody truth, man. I mean, in this game, there's no skill-based matchmaking. There's no safe spaces. There's no hand-holding. There's no freaking microtransactions. It's not having the characters changed from something that they're not into something that appeases other people. There's no political agendas in it. There's none of that stuff. Elden Ring is none of those things. It's brutal, it's unforgiving, and it presents a real challenge. To me, it is what gaming is all about. It's a beautiful open world, loads of things to do. It's replayable, and when you actually beat a boss in this game, it feels like you really did something. At least as far as gaming is concerned, that is. It's one of the most rewarding gaming experiences I've had since I was a little kid. But in all fairness, playing devil's advocate, there's a lot of people out there who do not feel the way that I feel about this game, and there's reasons why. And it's because they didn't understand it. They simply bought into hype, bought a game that they knew nothing about, because that being a Souls game. And if you're not sure what it means for a game to be a Souls game, I'll be straight up honest with you. I have a very little, small understanding. But pretty much what I've gotten from what makes a Souls game is obviously the Souls, but it's also how hard the game is. All of these games are ridiculously hard. They're challenging. You're supposed to play the game. You're supposed to learn, the movements, the combat system. You're supposed to learn how to fight these bosses and take them on until you actually get it. And a lot of people didn't know that, and they picked up a sword or whatever character that they chose. They run out to battle. They got destroyed right away, and they found out that they're dying so many times. I mean, it was like 12 different women came at them for back child support and beat the living hell out of them, and they didn't know what to do with it. So instead of saying, let's improve, let's see what this game is all about, let's make it better, let's instead just bash this game and say that it's not any good. And that's the problem with what a lot of people didn't understand about this game. And I gotta say, the Elden Ring community, at least the ones that I spoke to on Twitter, which was a lot of really nice people out there, I gotta admit, they all told me the same thing. Don't quit. Don't give up on it. Don't quit just because you got beat. get better. Everybody told me that, and I had no idea why they were telling me that until I actually played the game. But in short, if you're wondering what about Elden Ring, if I was to tell you about this game and you've never played it before in your life, it offers a very rich world in deep exploration. There's so much stuff to do as far as exploring the world, seeing what's out there, looking for different spells, looking for different weapons, looking for armor sets, all of this stuff, and a very special way of farming for things like that to find weapons. It's very similar, honestly, back to the way things used to be in older looter shooters, and also even back the way you would have to raise your levels, the way you would back on Final Fantasy in the early days, like in Super Nintendo and stuff like that. So it really was a blast to the past in that aspect, at least for me. Another thing is the bosses. The bosses are so unique and detailed. There are truckloads of them. Now, from what I understand, there's only 12 of them you have to beat, but there's like literally 100 bosses in this game. So there's always something new. It's so interesting. I couldn't honestly tell you what the story to this game is all about because I haven't even been paying attention because I've been so focused in everything in this game. Now, this game also does offer, if you're not aware, a multiplayer experience as well as, co-op, as well as player versus player. Now, I have run into a few jagaloons who have invaded my world and have gotten my stuff pushed in, if you know what I mean. Didn't do too well against them, but I couldn't really comment too much on that because I really haven't explored it. But a lot of videos I've seen on it, it absolutely looks amazingly fun. Haven't tried the co-op yet just because I'm still getting my foothold. I started over on this game like 4 times before I actually settled in onto who I wanted to be because I was trying out so many different characters just to see which one I like, and I finally settled in on the astrologer. But guys, that is pretty much all I have for today. I would love to hear your thoughts on today's video. Drop your thoughts in the comments section, whether you liked it, what do you think about Elden Ring? If you've played it, if you've never played it, put it all in the comments section because I would absolutely love to hear what you have to say. Now, I have submitted this video to TSG, Thunderstruck Gaming. I'm not sure if he's actually going to upload it because it's not really Call of Duty, but I wanted to submit it to him because if it wasn't for Thunder, I wouldn't have given Elden Ring a chance. And I'm so glad that I did. And I got to say, if you haven't tried Elden Ring, you got to try this game out. I would very rarely say that, because everybody's got their own preferences of what kind of games that they're into. But with this game, you are truly missing out on a really special experience if you've never played Elden Ring. Just remember, don't quit. And if you've never played a game like this, I highly recommend that you pick out the astrologer class because that class, it'll put a little distance between you and the bad guys. And if you're new starting out, that's exactly what you need. And just remember, when you see a big boss, you don't have to fight him. Just run. Just remember that. Just run. But anyway, submitted this to TSG. If Thunder uploads it, whether he does or doesn't, he's uploaded me so many times in the past. I appreciate you, Thunder. Thank you so much. And that's all I've got for today, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Turn notifications on so you can be notified every single time I upload a video. And if you like to follow me on social media, the links will be in the description. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Devious Gaming. It's one word. Just look me up. But that's all I've got for today, everybody. So this is your boy, Stevious, signing out, and I'll see you on the